So here we have the wood meridians. The wood meridians run from the base of the eye down over the side of the body. And in some cases both meridians run towards the back of the body. With some people they run more to the front of the body. Usually depends a lot on also how powerful the water meridians are. If the water meridians are very, very strong, very powerful, they provide enough energy to the back, so then most meridians tend to move to the front. If the water meridians are very weak, then both wood meridians tend to move behind the shoulder to provide enough life force to the back. So in this case it is split. So this would be the really, really average person where there's a really good division between energy to the front and to the back. So as you can see, they again follow more or less the contours of the body, but the liver is a very important organ. Most of the energy is produced in the liver. Almost all of our body heat is produced in the liver. So it is not just enough for a little meridian to pass it and have a little area where it can release its energy into the organ. So the meridians make a little detour here, so that there is a larger area where the meridian is actually over the organ to provide it with more life force. So hence you have this little swirls here as it goes in and goes out again. One other thing which can cause these things is also a weakness of the third chakra. So if the third chakra is very weak, also the life force energy will be pulled towards the third chakra, and these will move too far inward. And this is a little bit on the edge with how far forward in the body they've moved. Often they come up to about here, just under the nipple. This is a little bit beyond the nipple. So it could be that the third chakra is taking some life force out of these wood meridians. Another thing which is also a sure sign of problems or stress is if this triangle becomes very compacted. So now this is a relatively healthy shape, but if it becomes very narrow like this, that is often a sign that the liver is extremely stressed or extremely tired. And we see that this shape is kind of normal. This shape is already a little bit narrow. So this should be a little bit wider. It would be better if this meridian would flow like that, more parallel. But now it is actually a quite narrow spike here. So the liver is not completely stressed, but also not completely relaxed. But it's more on the relaxed side than on the stressed side, as we can see from the position of this meridian. Actually also the connection between these meridians and the eye is a very important one, because it allows us to actually project aggressive energies from our eyes, so the evil eye. So it depends very much on the strength of these wood meridians. So if we look at this wood meridian, you see it's here flowing nicely parallel and then moving inwards to give support to the liver. What we're also noticing is that here there's a little bit of a area where their meridians are quite far apart. And what you would expect more or less is that the other meridian, the kidney meridian, would run straight, at least to provide some more energy to this part of the body. But here there's again a relatively open area. And if we start to feel into this area, we feel actually the same as here, that here the energy is a little bit chaotic, it's a little bit disturbed. So it is possible that also here the underlying tissue has been damaged, has been disturbed. So that could be because the liver itself has suffered some shock or some damage, which can be from alcohol, which can be from medicines. There can be lots of causes, which it can be from disease also. But we do find that the area here, again we have a similar problem, that it becomes more difficult for the energy to flow through. And even though the energy is needed here, because it is not very permeable for the life force, the meridians actually flow around it. But the area is also therefore not getting enough energy to really to heal, to become a healthy area again. So this is a weak spot in the body. And if you start to feel more or less the strength of the life force here, like the life force is about this far, which is about, I think 4 or 5 centimeters from the body, that I can feel it. And when I go to this spot, it is closer to this, which is about 1 centimeter from the body. So the life force here is very even, and here you really get a dip over the liver here. So if you're performing healings on a person, then this would be an area to focus on, to bring some extra energy, because the meridians are not managing to permeate and to bring enough energy into that area. And typically for treatment you would start to use moxa to try to rebuild the energy paths in this area. So this whole area you would treat like 4 or 5 times with moxa, so that the energy can flow more normally, and then hopefully this meridian will become a little bit more straight instead of bending inwards like that. But also you would have to work on the shape of the third chakra as well to strengthen this area, because with a weak third chakra also the energy will be absorbed by the chakra structure instead of healing the body.